construction of the object. Everything begins with the simulation, and all the math for how to shoot it works backwards from there. You guys have a lot of specific notions about the worlds that they're creating. They're pretty over the top in terms of what they want. You're allowed to do things, break the rules that you wouldn't normally do. We're changing speeds left, right, and centre. We're going to slow motion to high speed, just cutting, crossing the line. Everything's going in there.
To achieve what seems like a fairly simple thing to do, to fly a helicopter down the front of the building, shoot a window out and rescue someone by jumping out the window, it seems that we'll see it in the film a seamless object. But in fact it's been shot in 2 different buildings, it's been shot on a big set.
Figure out how to make that scene work, and wanted the glass to explode in sort of an ever-expanding circle, and to actually figure out how to make the glass do that, what glass to use. It probably took 3 months of heavy-duty research.
It's such a rare experience for a group of actors in film, maybe in theater, but in film to have been working together. We're almost have been working together for a year by the end of this.
So it's great kind of melding of heart and soul. And
hey, what's up, Justin?
And action.
Thanks for joining me. I'm just getting set up. Just give me a
Working
sec.
in a film of this magnitude has been an enormous eye-opener for me. It's kind of chased away a few demons for me, and it's educated me a little bit more. And just working on a film with this sort of budget and on this sort of scale has been a great experience.
And I really think that this is the first film of the next century, next millennia, the year Y2K, or they're calling it. It is monumental. I think it's groundbreaking. I think it's something people have never seen before. It's going to take people's breath away. And I think that there are going to be a lot of films that are going to kind of be disciples of this movie. And I think maybe a lot of them start a new visual style that, will be very, well known and well known.
Hey, what's going on, Brandon? Thanks for joining me. I was watching a little bit of behind the scenes. Hello, thanks for joining me. About to start a live art show. Hello. Thanks for joining me. Trying to get a good angle for you guys here. There we go. That's not bad. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm about to start a live art show. I got my camera set up here, and I got another camera set up here. That looks like this. I got my, let me give you a quick tour in the studio. I always try to have a movie playing on this screen. I like to watch a lot of behind the scenes features. I got some paper, paint, markers,
I read this script and
spray
I
paint.
started talking to Larry and Andy about it. We were working on Bound. That's when I met them. Really
Back here's where I do my graphic design. Just playing some music. And then I got a bookshelf with some of my favorite inspiring books for graphic design.
like all great directors, they're
Outdoors.
consistent.
I got my schedule and all that here. Whiteboard.
Really important scene because classic great actors
And this is where I'll set you guys up.
meet a woman and we don't know who she is, we don't know if she's good or bad, we don't know which guys are
Let me know if you guys need anything.
who the good guys are.
If I could change the angle, tell me please.
Find out more. And also, to me, sort of encapsulate this style of just kicks ass. It never stops.
In the Matrix, and the opening sequence, the opening fight for me, about 6 months ago, and about 4 days of shooting. Part of my screen test to get the part of the movie consisted of fighting my team from Hong Kong for 8 hours. They videotaped me, and part of what Mary and Andy wanted to accomplish in this film was that as actors we would do action that a lot of times in American film stuntmen do instead. So it was really important to them that they felt that perpetrated parts could do the fighting.
Hey, what's going on? I don't know if this angle's good. Let me know, please.
Out of the last 5 people, I picked you right out. I said to them, she's the one. Actually, they already agreed. It wasn't like I influenced them in a great degree, but
I think it's all you, Zach.
used to those,
Especially for your arm breaking experience.
like you stood out with that.
Seeing the stuff that I used to was the first action sequence that was shot in the shooting of the movie, like in the Dead Days. And so the crew hadn't seen me fighting it today. I mean, wow, this is what they're doing.
It's true, it just energized the entire production. First scene, right out of the gate, and it was so fierce, so intimidating.
Larry and Andy gave me a bottle of champagne on the last day. And, congratulations.
It was really a great scene. Larry and Andy's directors really stuck to their guns. They shot what they felt they needed to shoot. As a result, we started drifting farther and further behind schedule. What we ended up doing was sending some film back to the studio.
Conceptual.
No, it's okay. I mean, we were scheduled for 90 days. We shot for 118. We sent back this entire opening. Well, this is carrying the same. So the first things we shot, I put it together pretty quickly with Larry and Andy. Maybe a lot of input on a couple weekends. And we polished it up a little bit, put some temporary sound effects in it. And from the beginning of the movie to about 5 minutes from where we are right now, we sent it back to the studio. Really, the report back was they were knocked out. And at that point, they totally supported the movie. Pretty excited. That's terrific.
Remember when we all watched that together at Mary's house?
Yeah.
They let us watch the little trailer.
Well, eventually that got shown over and over and over.
And we watched it like 6 times at the party.
We
were
put it on
so
film.
obsessed.
We had the mid-rap party.
Right. Watched it over and over and over again. I felt so vain. I want to see it again.
You kind of jazzed the whole crew up, didn't you?
It was so exciting.
Well, everyone knew they were doing this was pretty special.
shot right here. This was one of the most, there was an aspect of that shot, that's corkscrew jump shot, that was difficult to overcome, and that was in the way that we shot that shot. And that was, we twirled Carrie Ann around, kind of, very barbecue style.
On a rotisserie.
On a rotisserie. And, whether it was the right way or not doesn't matter, but what we had at the end was this, a nice spiral shot, but couldn't get a lot of dynamic direction out of her body because she was rigged vertically, and she was essentially sort of like a Marquis de Sade type rig setup. And digitally, we had to actually maneuver a few of your limbs, a few of Carrie's limbs. I don't know if you know that.
I always remember John's term for it.
To add a little extra, what did I call that?
Frankensteiner.
Frankenstein.
My body.
Well, here's the thing.
It was very stiff.
It was, like I said, it was not, I would have done it differently if I could do it again, but your body was like very straight, right?
My
Let's
feet were
spin.
tied together.
Your feet were tied together and your hands were tied together, so, but at the end of the day, Larry and Andy said,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
you know,
What you're looking at is a top view of me doing an art show, and here's this version.
maybe we can like Frankenstein her, and they're like, what the heck does that mean? And I said, well, maybe we can like, cut her legs digitally and like sort of move them around a little bit. And that was, it was a big difference between what it started out and
It's also funny because as you probably recall, John, it's one of the great examples where I think, from my experience working with directors, when it separates really, one of the things that separates really good ones from the rest is having a real vision and having at one point it became a question of John whether it could be done on a question of cost, and they never dropped off doing it, and we did. And it was great. Everybody loves it now.
tortured me.
They tortured
It's
John.
not just torture, torture all the way around.
Hey John, you should probably talk about what's in the phone there, sort of, especially in retrospect, you'll get it and watch the whole thing. You know, understand significance of sort of that. I know. You might lose.
I like that. That's what I never, you don't see black computers. That's just kind of a cool.
I always thought it was a nice piece of structural writing in Andy Harris. Neat, can't really.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me know what you guys think.
That was the best. For 10 minutes. No idea how he did the movie. Because of course I think that shot of meeting him with the computer is like, I think it's really great. I think it's Bill did a great job shooting it. It's kind of like art. It is art. Just mentioned that against the Alice in Wonderland website. This is a pretty cool set. I was on it a little bit. You, Karen, you should talk about it. But there's a real kind of Sydney S&M club, and all the extras in the scene. There was a casting call that went out to patrons of the club, and they all came self-costumed. It's pretty wild at lunch. I think everyone walking around on leashes.
always impressed.
Yeah, and I think in some ways the extras in this set said it all.
My favorite part of the movie is that little blue thing in the background back there. Seriously, it's the best visual effect in the entire movie. Yeah, I like that. I always liked that. I don't know what was going on.
I think that's what
It looked pretty good in Technicolor too.
Let's see it again. Oh.
My name is John Gator. I did the visual effects on The Matrix, and the opening of the movie was important in that we wanted to alter the logos of the studios, mostly because we felt that they were an evil empire bent on breaking the creative juices of the average director or writer. So we felt that that's creating the studio symbols was an important message to the audience that we basically reject the system.
Hi, I'm Zack Steinberg. I edited The Matrix. I read this script and started talking to Larry and Andy about it when we were working on it now. That's when I met them. I really love these guys. They're really unusual, unique, I think really brilliant directors. I don't use that word lightly. I actually think a lot of what you see in this movie in many ways is similar to Bound. They're, like all great directors, they're thematically consistent. This opening scene, I always thought was a really important scene because in a classic great action movie way, it grabs the audience. We meet a woman, we don't know who she is, we know she's good or bad, we don't know which guys are evil, who the good guys are. But we are totally grabbed and we want to find out more. And also, to me, it encapsulates the style of it just kicks ass, it never stops.
Hi, Marianne Dawson. I played Trinity in The Matrix. The opening sequence, the opening fight for me took about 6 months of training and about 4 days of shooting. Part of my screen test to get the part in the movie consisted of fighting with a lot of tape along for about 3 hours and videotaping.
Hey, what's going on?
Part of what Larry
Who's here with me?
to accomplish in this film was that as actors we would do action that a lot of times in American film stuntmen do instead. So it was really important to them that they felt that appropriate play parts could do
Nobody.
Marianne, did I ever tell you that I saw those screen tests down to the last 5 people? I picked you right out. I said to them, please, naturally, I mean, they already agreed. It wasn't like I influenced them. They great.
I think it was all you, Zach.
Used to really.
Especially for your arm breaking skills.
Yeah.
But you stood out with a special something.
I'm finishing up this piece today. I'm adding a couple more layers.
In the shooting of the movie.
Yes?
like in the database.
What's up?
And so they who hadn't seen fighting
It's true.
What?
Right
Love you too.
So fierce, so intimidating.
Marianne gave me a fellowship on the last day and said, congratulations.
Andy's directors really stuck to their guns. They shot what they felt they needed to shoot. As a result, we started drifting farther and further behind schedule. What we ended up doing was sending some film back to the studio.
Conceptual.
Well, it was okay. I mean, we were scheduled for 90 days. We shot for 118. We sent back.
Alright, so I finished that piece,
Very exciting.
but I think I'm going to have time to finish another piece here.
Polish it up a little bit with some temporary
Let us watch the thing.
Actually, I got shown over and over.
And we watched it like 6 times before you were so
Yeah,
excited.
we had a cat party.
Watched it over and over and over again. What again?
I had a chance to look through up there.
Yeah, so excited.
Well, that's what we were doing. Looking at was not pretty special.
Well, I want to say something about this shot right here. This was one of the most, it was an aspect of
Hey,
that
what's up,
shot,
guys?
jump shot that was
Just finishing up this piece here.
the way that we shot that shot, and that was, you know, we twirled Carrie Ann around kind of.
Let me give you a quick tour of the studio.
On rotisserie, and
We got a couple lights here.
whether it was the right way or not doesn't matter.
Camera.
What we had at the end was this, you
Got
know,
camera
nice
up
spiral
here.
shot, but couldn't get a lot of dynamic action out of her body because she was rigged.
Got a little
vertically.
movie playing
She
in the
was essentially
background.
sort of like a Marquis de Sade type rig setup, and digitally we had to actually maneuver her limbs, Carrie's limbs. I don't know if you know that.
I always remember John's term for it,
To add a little extra. What did I call that?
Frankenstein.
I had to, well, here's the thing. Listen, it was, like I said, it was not, I would have done it differently if I could do it again, but your body was like very straight, right?
My feet were
And
tied together.
your feet were tied together, your hands were tied together, so, but at the end of the day, Larry, and it's, what's up, you know, body's too straight, we want our legs kicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, we want your legs kicking, so I said, well, maybe we can like Frankenstein her, and he was like, what does that mean? I said, well, maybe we can like, you know, cut her legs digitally and like sort of move them around a little bit, which we did. And that was, it was a big difference between what it started out as and what it ended at.
It's also funny because, as you probably recall, John, it's one of the great examples where I think, from my experience working with directors, what separates the really, one of the things that separates really good ones from the rest is having a real big, never veering off. That's what they wanted. At one point, it became a question of John whether it could be done on a question of cost. They never dropped the cost of doing it, and we did.
Yeah.
And it was great. Everybody loves it now.
Tortures me.
They tortured John.
Torture. All over.
Hey, John, you should. Just mentioned the Alice in Wonderland motif. This is a pretty cool set. I was on it a little bit. Karen, you should talk about it, but it was a real kind of Sydney S&M club, and all the extras in the scene, there was a casting call that went out to patrons of the club, and they all came self-costumed. It's pretty wild at lunch. Seeing everyone walking around on leashes and special, either topless or but they're wearing everything and nothing, right?
Sydney is pretty full on. Sydney is better than San Francisco.
I know what you mean.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I think in some ways the extras in the set.
My favorite part of the movie is that little blue thing in the background back there. Seriously, it's the best visual effect in the entire movie.
That one right there.
Yeah, I like that. I always liked that. I don't know what was going on back there.
I think that's on a TV.
And it looked pretty good in Technicolor too.
I actually remember that. So you did a pretty good job.
I love the window washers.
You know, it's funny. I think in a lot of ways the window washers are why scenes in the movie. I think it's a typical, pretty low key Wachowski brothers joke. Those constant squeaky window washers. Yeah. This is the first day of shooting right now. This scene right here. I was pretty blown away. We got dailies and stuff.
Ritual, Chinese ritual.
Wu Ping and all his Hong Kong crew and roasted a pig outside. It was for good luck for the shoot. And it worked. It worked.
I think it was also the same day that we were flying helicopters in the wrong section of town about to be dumped as production was on.
Right. Second unit was shooting simultaneously. We had a lot of fun on that.
Oh, you were, and yeah, you guys went to places that were off limits. In fact, I heard a story that the Huey was flown right past like a parliament office of some sort. The guys who made the law in the first place that you couldn't fly.
They have authority agency.
Hugo Weaving.
How amazing.
Let's get out there. Hugo Weaving. It's great.
And I think I'd like to make a comment Lawrence Fishburne's voice kicks Darth Vader's ass.
Very favorably.
I'm disgusted.
You're not proud?
It's led me to do like unspeakable things.
Like what?
Why? I can't say. It's my whole life has been ruined by this movie.
Well, I know what he means, I think. I don't know.
Oh, you mean you've been spoiled?
Well, I mean, you wonder if you're ever going to get a chance to work on this level again. It's so unusual.
It's very, yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, pain is unreal.
John is spiritually never loved in Sydney. Still.
I love the green colors in the Matrix. Mary and Andy wanted the Matrix to have a green tone to it and to have
Right.
on the neb a blue tone.
Right.
You really see it here.
Trying to very subtly show that this world is not exactly right. They did it really, people who run the Matrix did a really good job creating it. It's not exactly
One thing I'll add is,
we did a lot of work in disguise there, right? Joe?
yeah, everything was very, the colors were very calculated process. It was a law that the Matrix was to avoid blue at all costs. And blue was too much of a happy color. And the Matrix was an oppressive place to be. And we spent a lot of time in all the outdoors, particularly all the outdoors in this movie, were manipulated to suck the blue out and impart sometimes sort of a monochromatic world devoid of some color, devoid of life, because it was a synthetic reality.
I love this shot. I mean, this is a great synthesis of live action and CGI. The shot we just saw. I think John and all the guys in that did a great job of just pulling through that TV. You're not even aware of it. You just go through that television from a video image into it.
There are moments through this picture that are, to me, the only other picture I sort of think about that are similar is this picture by Alfred Hitchcock called Rope, and it's a way of joining two scenes, two realities together through some sort of portal. And the brothers, just simply call that transitions, but there's a number of transitions in this movie in which you flawlessly pass through the front of the screen, and you realize that it's not a screen but rather a window. Oh, another film actually. The beginning of Citizen Kane, where you go in through the skylight window at the beginning of the movie. One of my favorites, and one that I thought about a lot every time that we would pass through a television screen. You would be basically breaking the barriers of a two-dimensional computer facade and pushing into a three-dimensional world. And the entire world of the Matrix really is a construct. It's a dimensional construct that looks everything like the real world. So every time you go through a screen, it's pretty significant. torso was perfect, and included everything from like little belly button hairs and certain very specific nuances of Keanu's torso, which will never be mentioned in any media.
And it's a real, from a technical point of view, it's a pretty great achievement because it's a real synthesis of pure real film, a certain amount of prosthetic devices that are actually film, and of course, pure animation that's added on top of additional shot. It really involves sort of all techniques. Did you say, John?
Pretty successful. The mount ceiling was a digital effect.
The entire bug is digital. There's what you're about to see. I'll show you in a minute.
How does it look so much better than anything from
He
nowadays?
opens the case and he pulls out the little bug. That's real. Everything from that point on is digital that has to do with this growth. Tremendous amount of work. It's done by a company in Australia called D-Film under John's supervision, with a sub-supervisor there, John Tum, who did a wonderful job for us. I always love that little transition, because he doesn't know if he's having a dream.
Hey, how's it going? Let me know if you have any questions.
Scene. One of the things I appreciate about the movie visually is that it's so dense, so thick. There's so many different looks. I'm just reminded that right now of this heavy, heavy rain. Later on, we get into the white construct, this pure white rain. Just sort of never ends. It's got everything. Sometimes we used to joke around and say it's like the kitchen sink. I remember when we were in pre-production in Sydney, we're about to see the bug experiment, which was actually built. Do you remember, John? Some guy, some model maker spent like 12 weeks building this thing. It's an incredible working device. It's a beautiful little piece of mechanics. Larry and Andy love that sort of thing.
I think in the spirit of Brazil or 1984 films, that the essence of arcane technology.
It's kind of interesting. Everything is like made up of things that could be layers. Just called I guess it's kind of obvious, but I always enjoy
This little graphic on the device is like ultra low tech. That's the Australian low tech right there. Some squishy models that these guys like just push together and shot in video.
reflections in the movie. A lot of examples of reflection.
This film is pretty cool in that there's some visual effects in here that essentially have been seen before. You're melting together. To me, to very reflective sort of entity. For the most part, you can say, after all these years, it's like it's off the shelf. But like many effects in this movie, conceptually, these effects are used in a different way. That is one of the big turn-ons of the picture in general, is that the brothers use a lot of conventional, at this point, conventional techniques, visual effects to move their story, to represent ideas that they want to get across. For example, essentially the induction that Neo goes through to, realize that, his world is changing. It's a conceptual tool that they've developed, and it's not for razzle dazzle.